Breaking news, Nigerians. Commotion in Aso Rock as Northern elders call for Nigerian separation before end of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tenure 2027. Nigerians, finally, it's happening. You understand? This is happening. Adul Northern elder spokesman, have called for Nigerian separation before end of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2027 tenure. And this is coming after Professor Anango Adulayi of Northern Elders Council says Nigeria has expired based on amalgamation agreement of 1914. He said Nigerians should consider going separate ways. Now that Northerners are ready to go their separate ways. So what are we waiting for? We understand before now that they have been the one dragging back about this Nigerians, separation. But now that they have realized that Nigeria has long expired, now saying the country should be divided, the country should consider separation, make everybody waka go their region, because currently they are now feeling being marginalized because they are not in power. I believe this is the reason why they are calling for all this. They are feeling marginalized. You get? But it's funny. It's really funny. If they are in power, they don't talk about the separation of the country. But because another person, another region is there, they are now feeling marginalized. They are now feeling, being pushed around or pushed out. They are now calling for Nigeria to separate. I don't understand. But to you, what do you think? Don't you think this is the best time for this action to be taken? If that be the case, now that they are ready, what is the federal government doing? What are they waiting for? Anango Adulayi actually ignited this because he said Nigeria has expired. In a thought-provoking interview with New Telegram, the Professor Anango Adulayi, he was the former Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University and the convener of the Northern Elders Forum. He shared his views on the current state of Nigeria under the Bola Ahmed Tinubu government, describing the situation as very sad. Adulayi attributed the country's problems to both Nigerians and their leaders, emphasizing the need for accountability and the repeated election of the wrong people. As a personal friend of President Tinubu, Adulayi advised the president to listen to the complaints of the people and ensure that his officials provide honest and sincere reports. He stressed the importance of the president devising ways to verify the information given by his close associates and pushing any official found to be in breach of the law. Addressing the recent protest against perceived hardship, Professor Anango Adulayi affirmed that hunger is a reality in Nigeria, which is very correct, and that the Constitution protects Nigerians' right to peaceful protest. He's still right. He criticized the government's reluctancy to allow the protest, stating that it infringes upon the right of Nigerians to freely express themselves. Adulayi also highlighted the amalgamation decree of 1914, which stipulated that the entity called Nigeria would expire after 100 years. So he called a conference to evaluate whether Nigerians have made sufficient progress in building a nation. If no consensus is reached, Adulayi suggested that Nigeria should consider going their separate ways. Professor Anango Adulayi of Northern Elders Forum declares that Nigeria has expired based on amalgamation agreement of 1914. He said the amalgamation decree of 1914 stipulated that the entity known as Nigeria would expire after 100 years. He further called for a conference to evaluate whether Nigerians have made sufficient progress in building a nation. He said if no conscience is reached, he suggested that Nigerians should consider going their separate ways. Okay. Commenting on the creation of the North-West Development Commission, Adul also questioned the effectiveness of such commissions and cited the example of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, which has been unable to provide affordable petrol price despite country's vast oil and gas resources. Okay, guys. So this is what is prompting the, can I say, the pushing Northern elders to really understand that Nigeria has expired based on amalgamation agreement of 1914. So they are now asking Nigerians to consider going separate ways. Now they have given President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to the end of this of its tenure, which is 2027, yes, to decide Nigerian separation. Don't you think God is at work? Let me drop it here, guys. Kindly drop your comment below the comment section. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel if